after getting bucked in your ear hole, it is time. It is time for the Mike and Molson Too Good for Radio podcast, episode 51. I don't know why I'm keeping track, but yet I am. So here we go.
It's an accomplishment.
Next year will be our 1-year anniversary of starting this endeavor.
Next week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Next week. So this is penultimate episode to that. Yeah.
I like that word.
I do. It's very underused because not many times people get very excited about the thing next to the thing. Yeah, exactly. So we will begin today's podcast with concert etiquette. You saw an interesting story.
A video has resurfaced that somebody put on TikTok, and then somebody put it on Twitter, and then somebody commented about it, and they made a reaction video. You know how these things go.
Yes.
Of somebody at a Billie Eilish concert last fall where they're trying to video Billie Eilish, but somebody in the audience is singing louder and more prominent than Billie Eilish, thus ruining this person's video.
All right, let's play the video and then we can discuss because all right.
There's a couple things going on here.
Yeah, exactly.
To the person who thinks you can out-sing Billie and ruin all my videos.
See if you can pick out where the person is singing. Oh, there she is.
Don't.
Wow, she's adding to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the person who thinks...
All right. Stop, computer lady.
Shut up. I was going to be firmly in the camp of the person who's singing along because when you go to a concert, inevitably there's going to be those songs that the band themselves ask you to sing along with, right? But the problem here, and I think rightfully so, of saying it ruined the experience, is the ad-libbing.
Yeah.
Of adding to, you're not adding it, you're taking away.
Yeah.
Like
she went rogue.
She went Christina Aguilera rogue at a Billie Eilish concert.
Yeah.
And that's not something you should do.
And so where's the line between, sure, you like the song, you sing along, the crowd is all into it, but I don't know that the volume of your singing should infect my listening.
Yeah, I understand you want to be heard, like you think you want to be heard. Like you're in the moment and you're screaming like, yeah, I'm as free as a bird now.
Do you want to be heard, or are you just excited and singing along?
I think
this person wants to be heard.
Right.
This person's hoping Billie will stop the show and say, hang on,
God.
You need to come up here and I'll go sit down.
You're right. I think there is a definitive difference. I think when you're screaming out, I think you get caught in the moment, right? And if it's okay if it's the song where everyone's singing.
Yeah.
But if it's in that instance, everyone else was singing, okay. But it's that you add, that's a problem. It's also when you're singing when no one else is singing. Read the room.
Of course. Well, yes. And I think that's, and I don't know if that's on the artist or not, because there are songs, ballads and things. Like if I go and see, I don't know, Paul McCartney, and he sits down to the piano and he starts singing Let It Be. Dude, I want to hear Paul McCartney sing Let It Be.
Yeah,
I don't want this. I don't want the choir to sing along, right?
Correct. Yeah, unless he at one point unless towards the end of the song he's like everybody jump in. Yeah. I think you're right, and you have to read the room, right?
Yeah.
You have to in those situations. It's okay to sing along when the artist says okay. It's okay to sing along at choruses. I don't think anyone should ever sing verses.
There you go. Okay. Yes.
I think in the chorus, and we all know the chorus, and it gets repeated.
Yeah, don't sing the verses.
Don't sing the verses. Yeah, you can sing Destined, Ruby with Rancid, but then I don't start singing Ruby Heart is Beating.
Right.
That's Tim Armstrong's part. That is not Mike Winmacher's part to sing.
I agree.
So I think we can agree in that instance. Choruses, you can sing along. Like with Sweet Caroline, everyone can sing that part when Neil Diamond does that or whatever, but don't sing the verse.
So the video said at the beginning there, to the person who thinks they can out-sing Billie Eilish and ruin all my videos, eye roll emoji. So there's another thing going on here that is worth discussing is, okay, there's the etiquette of singing along, but then there's also the etiquette of holding your stupid phone in the air to record the concert that you just paid a lot of money to be at.
When are you going to rewatch that?
You're not going to rewatch it.
Is what I want to know.
If you post it, I'm not going to watch it.
And you're probably going to get copyrighted.
Yeah.
So why are you not living in the moment?
I mean, have you ever been going through on a Facebook or Instagram or any place where there's stories and somebody's at a concert and it's unlistenable?
You can't listen to it. I mean, the video may be interesting. Like, one of my friends went to, I've never realized how popular Bad Bunny was until a friend of mine went to the concert at Soldier Field and had video. And that was interesting to me because here's an artist that I don't know that brought in a lot of people. But you're right, the sound quality is terrible. And I don't understand not living in the moment thing.
Right.
Like, maybe for a second, if it's your favorite song, you pull out the video and be like, can you believe this? That's fine. Mm-hmm. But the people, you're right, that hold it for 45, 50% of the show, it's just up in the air, you're blocking someone else's view.
And you've seen that there's been some times where you're looking for a song on YouTube, and it's some idiot in row ZH.
That's the worst. The worst is the people who record. If it's an indoor show and they have a Jumbotron, that'll be in the terrible like ZZ row 408, whatever. They'll record the Jumbotron and then quickly move to the stage and zoom.
And it's shakier than the Zapruder film.
Right.
You can't make out anything that's going on.
Why are you doing that?
You can't hear anything.
Just enjoy the time.
Concerts are to hear the artist sing live, not to hear some girl who thinks she's the artist. Like, if you want to perform, sing in the shower.
If you want to record in your home, a-hole.
Yeah.
There's no likable person in this story.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a couple of things at going on there where, you got to, temper the singing.
Yes.
To your own, your own space.
Correct.
And
don't yell into someone's ear.
And I don't want to watch the concert through your phone. Just,
That's the other problem, too.
But some people are saying, hey, what's wrong with going to a concert and having a good time and just letting it all swing out,
but don't try to outsing the singer.
And so there's just these people, again, it's one of those things where you can pretty much say anything on the internet and someone's going to have a counter argument. Cats are small and fuzzy. Oh, I saw a hairless cat once that was not fuzzy at all, and you should not even talk about, because some people don't even have cats. It's just, okay.
And it was as big as Marmaduke. Some cats get that big. You jerks. Yeah. If you don't believe us, just go take the time right now, pause this podcast, and go to YouTube and look at just an innocuous SpongeBob clip.
Right.
And we guarantee you'll get maybe 3 comments in.
There's a flame war.
And there'll be a flame war going on.
Yeah.
So speaking about nuisances and noise complaints and whatnot, you have an interesting list.
A lot of cities have a 311 line. And the 311 line is for, hey, there's a pothole, or there's a raccoon is in my garbage, or just things that you need to let the city know about, but it's not calling the police level.
It's not rising to that level. Okay.
Right. And it's certainly not 911 level.
No. I would hate, although I'm sure some people have called 911 over a pothole.
And Chicago has a 311, and Chattanooga does, and Columbus. They're all over the country. And so it's, noise complaints, or, my landlord, the heat's not on and he's not answering the phone, that kind of
stuff. My neighbor's sunbathing nude, something along those lines.
New York, exactly. No, that's a 911 call.
Yeah, it is.
So New York has released 20 of the oddest calls and questions that they get
for 311
from the city. Just this year, somebody called and said, "Can you transfer me to a UFOologist?"
That's
I think there's a UFO.
A UFOologist? I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess there is.
Can someone spray the trees so the leaves stop falling?
With what?
They don't know. They're just find me an expert. There's got to be an expert out there.
Is that a thing? Is that something I missed on Shark Tank? Like, are you tired of trees falling? I got to spray for these leaves to stay here all the time.
Are you tired of the natural cycle of life that plants go through?
Could you crush the eugenics to bring the life back to the leaves?
Hello, 311. If a couple is divorced, can they still live in the same house but different rooms?
Yeah, if you want to. It'd be weird.
In 2016, someone called and said, there is a goat tied to the stairwell in my building. What department do I call for that?
That would be interesting to see.
I'd like to report my neighbor for waving to everyone on the block.
Oh.
Making them very uncomfortable.
Oh,
that
wait.
waving.
Are they waving something else?
No, they're just waving.
Okay, if they're waving something else, then yes, that's uncomfortable. But just waving, that's fine. You just do the nod.
Maybe there are people who are too friendly, though, and you go, all right, what are you up to?
There are the overly friendly individuals, yes.
Are you going to sing at a Billie Eilish concert?
Are you going to go film?
I'd like to report a ghost in my window.
Okay, that's when you call Ghostbusters. Ray Parker Jr. told you that.
Someone called and said, a raccoon is eating lasagna on my porch.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Why would you want that? Why would you want that taken care of?
I'm telling everybody.
Yes.
Do dogs see in black and white or color? Try to settle a bet here.
Yeah, exactly. There's a thing called the internet. May want to check into that.
They get multiple calls. What's the best pizza near me? Do
your own research.
Is there a law limiting how many times I can flush the toilet?
What is that? Who? Okay.
Can you check if my boyfriend is married?
No, you can by stalking him online.
Will my cat's surgery be covered by Medicaid?
That's a great question, but I'm thinking probably no.
How long does a baseball game typically last?
You know, they could go on the internet for these things. This must be like people who don't have access to smartphones or the internet.
Doing my taxes, can I claim my dog?
No. Unless your dog is an influencer, then maybe.
Can you tell me?
I can't believe that's a sentence I say in 2023. But yes, there are dog influencers.
That's true. Can you tell me the steps for boiling a live chicken?
Well, first, don't.
Catch
kill
a
it.
chicken. Yeah.
Just a chicken. Kill it. Don't just boil it.
Boil water and hope it doesn't run away while you're waiting for it to boil.
Just say it's a hot tub. It'll go in there and baste itself.
I'd like to file a noise complaint against my refrigerator.
Oh, that just seems like a prank call gone wrong.
And
that's like the Jerky Boys lost tapes.
Yeah. And number one, a cat is terrorizing someone through a screen door. So just like the neighbor who's always waving, you walk past the screen door and they're doing that crazy when cats are in heat.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. It sounds like some type of alien is dying on your front porch.
Sir, are you boiling a chicken? No, my cat's in heat.
No, I'm just doing my taxes, seeing if I can claim my dog on this one.
Billie Eilish.
So yeah, those are some abuses of the nuisance.
If we ever
line.
get 311 in this area, that's not what you use it for.
The raccoon eating lasagna thing. We do have a quick monkey story before I get to the am I the a-hole for this week. This comes to us from a couple from Australia. They are on an island. They're visiting Monkey Beach on That's what it's called, all right?
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you to Monkey Beach.
It's on Kofifi Don Island.
Okay.
They're there with their sons Lenny, 5, and little Darwin, who's 1. Latest video posted to their YouTube channel, which has amassed 1.8 million subscribers, shows Riley and Darwin watching a group of primates when one starts rummaging through their bag. Riley can be seen running forward to shoo it away before it leapt at Darwin. So these monkeys they're on Monkey Island. They're like, hey, we're going to go through. That's a part of. They probably didn't read the fine print. When you come to Monkey Island, the monkeys are going to search your stuff. Mm-hmm. They want to make sure you got the good things. So after scooping up the terrified youngster into his arms, the pair were swarmed by 5 monkeys, leaving Riley having to fend them off while getting the bag back with phones and wallets inside.
They work as a team. They know. They will overwhelm you.
The mom who was snorkeling in the sea while the chaos erupted on the beach rushed back to shore when she heard all the screaming. Riley can be heard telling her of the attack. I punched out 2 monkeys. They tried to attack Darwin. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
So the monkeys lunge.
I want to see that.
And he throws fists. You can. It's travel influencers Riley Whitelam and Elena Kirisu is what they're called.
Oh, there's video of a monkey being punched?
Yeah. A friend who was also on the beach said it was hectic. It was actually scary. Could have scared him scarred him for life. The dad added, I feel bad for punching a monkey, but they went for my son. It was scary. None of the people on the beach helped because they know the drill, that the monkeys go through your stuff. You got all freaked out.
That's going to be in Creed 4, by the way.
Yeah.
He's going to get into a fight with a monkey.
A couple of primates from Monkey Island. I want to see that training montage of the monkeys training.
Getting ready.
Getting ready, carrying the giant stump around.
Punching a big steak.
He's revealed he'd been bitten by one of them, explaining in the video, I've never had a rabies shot, so I need 5 or more in my wound, then another 5 over the next 20 days.
Dang.
Elena said they didn't research the island before sailing there. Had we known this beach was notorious for monkey attacks, we wouldn't have gone. Well, that's your fault. That's not the monkey's fault. You got to beware of Monkey Island.
Monkey Island probably has monkeys, and they're probably not.
They probably are going to go through your
They probably don't want you on their island.
No, it's Monkey Island.
It's Monkey Island.
It's
not your island.
No, it's not Person Island. It's not a traveling Australia island. It's Monkey Island.
You come to Johnny Island, I'm probably gonna attack.
I'm going to go through your stuff because that's what happens on Johnny Island. So if you were thinking those monkeys were being jerks, you got nothing on this particular individual. All right. This lady writes to Reddit, am I an a-hole in this particular situation? I'm a 25-year-old female who've never been interested in romantic relationships. It doesn't appeal to me. I'm very busy with grad school and work. I like being on my own. I have friends and a dog. It's honestly enough. I'm happy with my life. My family thinks it's weird beyond belief, and the pressure is ramped up now that even my younger brother has gotten married, and I'm the only one left on the shelf, the parents say.
On the shelf.
Yeah. My older sister's husband has been offering to set me up for years because I'm, quote, too hot to be single. Is that something your older sister's husband should be saying?
No.
That you're too hot to be single? She goes, whatever that means.
That's a Dear Prudence letter.
My younger sister-in-law is too hot to be single. Somebody set her up.
My sister just wrote on Reddit that my husband thinks she's hot. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on here. So, but that's not the am I the a-hole thing. I was home visiting my parents this weekend, and my sister invited me out to dinner at a new restaurant. It was an upscale place, so she said to wear something nice. I thought it was going to be just the 3 of us, but there was another guy in the car when they picked me up.
Uh-oh.
He said he was brother-in-law's friend Joe.
Oh, no.
Awkward, but not too unusual. We get to the restaurant and sit down, and Joe keeps trying to make conversation with me, with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law egging it on. And finally, I joke, am I on a date or something? What's with all the questions?
Oh, yeah.
And my sister,
good radar.
And my sister straight up says, yes, we thought you just needed a little push, so we decided to set you two up.
You are not my sister anymore.
I asked Joe if he knew about this, and he admitted that brother-in-law told him he wanted to set him up on a blind date, but that he was glad he came. So I was the only one that didn't know it was a date.
That sucks.
I was pretty mad, but didn't want to cause a scene in the restaurant, so I finished dinner and gave really short responses to the questions. Like, Joe goes, so you're in a PhD program? Yes. What's that like? Busy. And the evening just stayed really uncomfortable and
Pass the
awkward.
vinaigrette.
Joe apologized in the car, and I told him it wasn't his fault, but he probably shouldn't let brother-in-law set him up again, and I wasn't interested in dating anyone. Apparently, he told the brother-in-law off in the car about making him look bad, so he didn't even have a chance.
Sure.
My sister is mad because I was rude and embarrassed them when they were just trying to help me out of my shell. My parents think I should have appreciated the gesture and given Joe a chance because you never know.
No.
So am I the a-hole for not apologizing?
No. No,
You were
and
just...
you know what? The fact that you didn't immediately call an Uber and say, see ya.
Or flip the table.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Just grab the things to go. Be like, I want mine to go. They're paying.
Yeah, I would have just turned around and said, we're not doing this.
You can't just guerrilla date someone. Be like, just set it up and be like, oh, by the way, we're going to dinner. Here's your date now.
And I mean, you really gotta, if you're gonna pull that, it better be like a large party where there's a lot of people and somebody might happen to be there and maybe there'll be, you can put the stars in the sky, and if they align, they align, but you don't force it. You don't force it.
No. So,
and why would you want to? Because if that relationship goes sour, now you can't be friends with your friend anymore because it's your sister, and there's all that other stuff going on.
This family seems goofed on many reasons to begin with. The parents saying, you're the last one on the shelf. The weird brother-in-law saying, you're too hot to be single.
Yeah.
And then the guerrilla dating style of like, you just need to push. No, thank you.
No, that's terrible. I feel sorry for the girl. If she wants to call me, I'm at 217-8.
Yeah, exactly. Please, phone lines are open now. Just text.
Right. My Snapchat handle is.
Yeah, just text not a date to this number.
I want to see somebody too hot to be single.
Yeah, and finally, ChatGPT All the rage nowadays, people talking about different things. So a couple of guys had ChatGPT write a funny Tinder profile.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And then they had them write the profile in the way celebrities would write them.
Oh, all right.
So I will give you the initial funny Tinder profile ChatGPT came up with.
Right.
And then I will...
this is like Cyrano de Bergerac right to the hilt.
Yeah, exactly. So there's actually now a subscription service called CupidBot that will write not only your profile, but your responses to people who are interested in you.
I might have to look into this.
So here it starts off. This is the ChatGPT funny Tinder profile. Hi there. I'm a 25-year-old IT guy who spends most of his free time cuddled up with his feline friends and delving into the latest sci-fi novel. You might say I'm a bit of a nerd, but I like to think of myself as a connoisseur of all things geeky. When I'm not coding or reading about alien invasions, I enjoy long walks on the virtual beach and binge-watching classic sci-fi movies. I'm also a bit of a foodie and love trying out new recipes, especially if they involve bacon. If you're looking for someone who can fix your computer while discussing the latest theories on time travel, look no further. Just don't expect me to be able to fix your love life unless you happen to be a robot. In that case, I'm your guy. So they fed
I'm sorry, that was the funny one?
Yeah, they fed in the information of what this guy does and his interests, and that was supposed to be the funny one.
Okay.
That's what ChatGPT came up with as the funny one.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my.
Yeah. So next up, they want the same. They put the same stuff in, all the same info of the, what the guy likes and what he is, and wanted it to write it in the style of Donald Trump.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it says, here's how it goes. Hey there, it's the one and only Donald J. Trump. You might remember me from my time as president or from my many successful businesses. But today I'm here to talk about something even more important, my Tinder profile. Let me tell you, folks, I've got the best profile. Believe me. I'm a 25-year-old IT guy with a love of cats and sci-fi novels. Nobody loves cats more than me. Nobody. When it comes to sci-fi, I know all the best books. Trust me. Now, some people might say that being into cats and sci-fi is a little bit nerdy, but I don't see it that way. In fact, I think it shows that I'm a man of many interests. And let me tell you, nobody has more interests than me. Nobody. So if you're looking for a guy who knows his way around a computer and also knows how to make deals, swipe right. I'll show you how to win in every aspect of life. And who knows, maybe we'll even build a space hotel together. The possibility is endless, folks. That's actually pretty good.
That's not bad.
That actually is pretty good. And the other one I have to share with you is they did it in Kanye West.
Oh, nice.
So it starts, yo, it's Kanye West. I'm here to talk about my Tinder profile. You see, I'm a 25-year-old IT guy, but that's not all. I'm a visionary, a genius, and I'm obsessed with cats and sci-fi novels. But
and as long as you're not Jewish...
Yes. Now, some people might say, Kanye, you can't be a genius and a cat lover at the same time. But let me tell you, they don't know what they're talking about. I can code up a storm, and then I can cuddle with my feline friends and lose myself in a world of sci-fi wonder. So if you're looking for someone who's not afraid to break the rules, to push the boundaries, then swipe right and let's make some magic together. We'll talk about how we can use technology to change the world, how we can make art that transcends time and space, and we'll do it all while our cats purr contently on our laps. So come on, let's create something amazing together. Let's take the world by storm and show them what we're made of, because when it comes to cats, sci-fi, and changing the game, nobody does it better than us.
But seriously, no Jews.
Postscript, yes. But seriously, I mean it. Absolutely.
So not only do we have to worry about being catfished on these things, now we have to worry that it's not even a person that's writing.
Truth.
I mean, now you're like several layers away from any chance that it's even a person.
And the fact that there's a subscription service now that does that.
Yeah.
And one guy, like one of the, I think it's CupidBot or whatever it was like, we had a guy who went from 0 matches to 18 in 1 month. Like, okay, but he didn't. He didn't. His interests may have. ChatGPT may have, or whatever chatbot you're using. But when it comes to actually having to go on the physical date,
right? Now you can give some pretty good instructions to ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm kind of this kind of a person, I'm that kind of a person, I sort of like this, I kind of do this, and you can massage it and then re-edit it, and so that it's kind of your own thing. But you're right, there's something kind of when it's just the computer writing about you.
Yeah, I mean, it did a pretty damn good job on the two examples that we had of personality coming through. But that's taking from, all that the internet has to offer on those two celebrities. How many are there at, George, whatever his last name is?
Washington?
Yeah. Let's just say that. or whatever. George Jones, no, that doesn't work.
Okay.
George Jefferson, no. George Jetson, no. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. Go ahead.
But just a random George who doesn't have all the writing out there or stories about him, it'd be more difficult to pull from. It's one thing to have the Tinder profile be written by ChatGPT. Okay, that gets people in the door. But these chatbots will also then respond to matches too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
oh, really? Wow.
So you're not doing any work, and you're getting these dates with these women who are thinking they know you.
So the girl from the previous story could have handled that whole thing and just checked in with the computer and say, "How'd the date go?"
Right.
And never would have had to, she could, the computer could have had the conversation. The computer could have gone on the date with the guy. The computer would have made her sister and brother-in-law happy. And then she just types in, "Hey, how was the date?"
Meh.
He split the bill.
Yes.
Jerk.
That would have been fine.
Yeah. He went Dutch.
I think you're onto something there.
Yeah.
Or it just goes to show if you have a bad date, use those person's name. Don't hide them. Use their actual name on the internet so that when the Chat GPT goes to pull stuff from the internet and be like, "I'm a terrible serial dater that leaves people stiffed and with the bill and everything else, so please don't date me."
Bad news.
That would be bad news. What's not bad news is we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the Mike and Molson Too Good for Radio podcast. It's the next one. It's not this one. You may have thought you listened to it, but no, you've only listened to the penultimate episode.
The next one is going to be great.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And text penultimate to whatever to get the almost greatest Nugenics bottle of your life.